When you think about quantum computing, what comes to mind? Probably these huge, super-cooled machines, right? Stuff that lives in a lab. But what if the future of quantum was something you could actually hold in your hand? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down Quantum Computing Inc.'s really ambitious plan to do just that. Take quantum out of the lab and into our daily lives, all based on their latest update to shareholders.
So you've got two completely different pictures here. On one side, there's the quantum we usually imagine, these massive power-guzzling machines that have to be kept colder than deep space. And then on the other side, you have QCI's whole approach. Systems that work at room temperature are built with light, that's the photonic part, and are designed to be scalable right from the start. This isn't just a small change, it's a whole different ballgame.
So how are they pulling this off? Well, it all comes down to their core strategy, which is to make quantum tech not just more powerful, but way more practical.
And this quote from QCI CEO Dr. Yuping Huang just nails it. He's not talking about some niche tool for a handful of scientists. He sees quantum as a basic ingredient in society, something as common and essential as a cell phone. That completely changes the game, right? It turns it from a research project into a potential consumer tech revolution.
So what's the secret sauce here? It's a technology called integrated photonics. Basically, imagine shrinking down an entire lab full of lasers, switches, and sensors, and putting it all onto one tiny little chip. That's what lets QCI systems run at normal room temperature. And that gives them this huge advantage the industry calls swap-C, a massive drop in size, weight, power, and cost. And that is the key to making quantum practical for everyone.
Okay, so having a great idea is one thing, but actually making it, and making a lot of it, that's the real challenge. So let's dig into QCI's blueprint for going from a research lab to a full-blown factory.
And here it is, their roadmap laid out nice and simple. It's a clear 3-year plan. Right now, they're in step 1 with Fab 1. Think of it as their small-scale facility where they're perfecting the recipe and serving those first few customers. The next step is to ramp that up to small batch production. And all of that is just paving the way for the ultimate goal, a massive, high-volume factory they're calling Fab 2.
And the scale of their ambition here is wow. I mean, the goal for Fab 2 isn't just to make a few more chips. We're talking about cranking out hundreds of millions of these advanced photonic chips every single year. That's the kind of scale you need to supply huge industries like telecom, AI, and security, and to really make quantum that ingredient in society they're talking about.
Now, a plan this big, you know it's going to need some serious fuel in the tank. So let's take a quick look at the financial engine that's actually making this whole vision possible.
Just take a second and let that number sink in. In 2025 alone, QCI has pulled in over $1.5 billion. This is not pocket change. This is the kind of capital that lets you think long-term and really invest in the heavy lifting of engineering, manufacturing, and sales to make it all happen.
And you can see that financial muscle right here in their Q3 numbers. Yeah, revenue is growing, which is great. But look at the really key figures. They swung from a big loss to a positive net income. And they've got a balance sheet with over $800 million in cash and investments. The big takeaway here is that they have the money, right now, to build out their factories and scale up the business.
All right, so they've got the tech, they've got the plan, and they've clearly got the money. But the big question is anyone actually using it? Let's look at the proof that QCI's tech is already out there in the wild.
And this is where the rubber really meets the road. They're working with NASA to clean up data from satellites. A top US bank is using their quantum security. A major car maker is using their hardware for AI. And they're teaming up with POET Technologies on the next generation of telecom chips. You know, this isn't some list of companies they'd like to work with. These are real projects happening right now.
And here's the most important part, you guys. This isn't just about cool science experiments or proof of concepts. These are paid contracts, solving critical real-world problems for huge organizations. QCI has officially moved past just talking about potential and is now delivering real, tangible value. It proves their whole practical approach is working.
So things are moving incredibly fast. What's the next big leap? Let's look at what's on the horizon for QCI as they keep pushing us into this new quantum era.
Now, one of the biggest drivers for QCI's business, it's a question that honestly should keep all of us up at night. Is the encryption we use for everything today already broken? The threat of a powerful quantum computer means that data we think is safe right now could be totally exposed tomorrow.
And Dr. Huang really puts this threat into perspective. He says that the day somebody builds a quantum computer powerful enough to break our passwords, they're not going to put out a press release. They're just going to use it.
This is that scary harvest now, decrypt later idea, where enemies can steal our encrypted data today, knowing they can just wait until they have the quantum key to unlock it all. That's why we have to act now.
And again, this is where QCI's whole focus on being practical comes back into play. Their quantum security stuff is designed to be basically plug and play. Companies don't have to rip out all their existing gear. They can just add QCI's units to the fiber optic networks they already have, and boom, they've got a quantum secure channel.
And all of this really brings us to one final huge question. QCI's entire strategy, from the room temperature tech to the giant factories, it's all designed to answer this. They're not just trying to build a faster computer. They're trying to build a new fundamental technology for all of society. So what happens when that kind of power is in everyone's hands? Well, that's the future they're trying to build today.